Hey everyone, welcome back to more Dead Rising. Good, the microphone's on. I was a little worried for a moment, but we no longer have to be worried because everything's right in the world and we have a chef's knife. So what we're doing right now is we're going to find some Zombrex and hopefully I'll launch into some tangents. I took some notes. So here's something I just started doing. I was like, hey, there's a cutscene. So I'll wait. Sneaky Frank.
You can't keep Frank West bottled up.
There you go. Had to adjust the video camera. Oh, I'm still not centered. Boo! Here, we'll adjust my position. There we go. So what I've started doing is I've been taking notes about, some ideas I might want to talk about, or like just topics.
Back in the game.
Frank is back in the game. Hopefully I am too with my commentary. Whoa!
Nobody ever thinks of the vents.
So hopefully... Well, I shouldn't even say, oh, hopefully my commentary will be on point. How about we just actually do interesting commentary, okay? Alright, guys, here we go. So, there's a zombie there. What? Why is he there? That is very puzzling, by the way. You can't do commentary when there's just a random dead zombie there.
Hey, any leads?
Frank, I found a travel brochure for Fortune City.
Voice acting.
Right now you're in the Royal Flush Plaza. Roy's Mart is on the other side of the mall.
Okay, what? Oh, hello.
This could come in handy.
Security box of 1. Like I said, it's been a while since I played this game, so I'm not necessarily fully aware. As I was saying before I got distracted by the zombie, though, some of you might not know this, but I do have a background in mathematics. Mathematics is one of my passions, and it's something I study in university. So, a little bit related to mathematics is philosophy. Now, if you don't know anything about philosophy, if you don't know anything about mathematics, you might be like, oh, how are the two related? They seem like very different things. Well, long story short, philosophy is more or less derived from logic, and so is mathematics. So basically, they have the same ancestor. Okay, so you might be thinking, what does this have to do with anything? So, I have a math background, but I also have a minor in philosophy, so I have some philosophical background as well. I'm not claiming to be an expert philosopher, but philosophy is something I appreciate and I like reading about, or I like talking about it too, right? So, I graduated and I'm like, man, I want to keep my mind sharp. How do I do this? So I was like, hey, let's go get a book on philosophy, because, philosophy seems like something that can keep the mind sharp, because it's philosophy, which is roughly translated, I think it's the study of knowledge, which, I mean, not to be Bobby Big Wheels, that sounds pretty impressive, right? The study of knowledge, like, holy crap, man. Looters, that's also holy crap. Oh my goodness, what are they doing? The bombs.
Fantastic.
Hey! I know you're holding out on us. Where's the money? Where's the safe? Come on! Don't lie to me!
We don't have a safe!
Don't lie!
Hey, don't you have something better to do?
Why don't you mind your own business, old man?
Just looking for some meds. No need to get ugly.
Well, you're definitely gonna need some painkillers when I'm done with you.
Well, talking to you is giving me a headache.
Oh, yeah? What say you give me some money, and I'll go get some for you?
Yeah, give us some money, Grandpa. We'll help you out.
How about it, Grandpa? You got any money?
I have to say, for people dressed like that, Grandpa's a pretty mild insult. Okay, that's one. I want to see how many knee drops he takes. So while it's reading some philosophy, I won't give the name of the book, unless you're interested. But I don't know if anyone's going to be interested. Philosophy isn't really something that people seem to be interested in. basically the book was saying something about A equals A is not true. So like A equals sign A, that's a not necessarily a falsehood, but it's a partial truth. And I'm like, what's going on? That doesn't make any sense. But then I started reading, and it was actually a really interesting read.
Awesome.
Because basically the argument was, very quickly speaking, is that the reason why A equals A is not necessarily true is due to location. So, for example, they gave a couple examples. The one I liked, there was a couple I liked, actually. I mean, it was an interesting read. I really like philosophy.
Totally.
Yeah, let's give you a knife.
Oh, thank you.
I'm trying to figure out how I want to explain the example they gave before I start saying it, because the problem with philosophy is if you start going
Hey, I'm waiting on you.
about philosophy without really thinking about what you're going to say,
Follow me. Come on.
it's going to come out as a jumbled mess and no one's going to understand it anyways. But then I realized too, part of my hesitation to start talking about it is because you've probably clicked on this Dead Rising 2 video in the hopes of watching me, like, you know, interact with zombies in some way, right?
Hurry it up.
So the fact that I'm talking about, oh yeah, here's some philosophy and here's some mathematics to go with it, I think people are going to be like, what the heck? I'm not interested in that. And Denise is getting destroyed here. Okay, come on, Denise.
Let's go. Hurry up.
So the survivors in this game aren't as good as they were
Hey,
in
I'm waiting on you.
the vanilla version of Dead Rising 2, but they should be better than Dead Rising 1. Anyways, the example, I should get into that, is so suppose you have a boat, and you're sailing from North America to Europe, and
Let's move.
during your boat travels, your boat becomes damaged, like the planks become waterlogged, so you need to replace the planks. However, what you do as well is, so if you need to replace a plank, you take out the plank, put a new plank in there,
Come on, speed it up.
but then you also dry out the old plank as it is waterlogged, and eventually what you end up doing is, after you've replaced enough of these planks, you build a new ship out of the old parts of your original boat,
Keep up.
but you and your crew still sail on quote-unquote this new boat. And I have to stress here, it's not really a new boat in the sense that you went out and bought a new boat. It's still the same boat, you've just replaced all of the wooden planks of this boat. However, with those wooden planks, you've built yourself a new boat. So then at that point, the question was,
Hey, I'm waiting on
which
you.
boat is the original boat? And that's where I thought was interesting. Because if you think about it, Boat A, or we'll just call it Boat A, has all the original planks of the boats, but Boat B is equal... Boat B is equal... Boat B is the boat where you guys all sleep on, like you and your crew. So it's like, which one's the original boat? And then the answer is not clear, and that's why the guy was saying in the book that A equals A isn't necessarily true, because it's ambiguous. Like, how do you know? So it's a partial falsehood. So that's why A equals A is not true. That being said, in society...
I can't thank you enough.
Yeah, you're welcome. She's only 21. What?
Where on earth did you find him? Never mind. I don't want to know.
Well, I wasn't just gonna leave him there.
We can't afford to have any more infected in here. One's enough.
Great. Escort complete. I need to remember to save. That'll be a problem. So, as I was saying, as far as the generalizations go, in society, you can't say that, oh, a frog isn't equal to a frog. You would just confuse people. Like, we use A equals A all the gosh darn time. And I think perhaps rightly so. Like, it makes our life a lot easier. Because if you didn't have A equals A, then how would the vet know how to treat your dog? Because, well, you know, a dog's a dog. We're going to grab the snack and eat it. if a dog's a dog, then it's like, okay, well, what works for one dog probably works for another dog. But if we say a dog isn't a dog, then like, how can you expect a vet to treat your animal, right? But then going further, it's like if someone cloned me as an individual, like they just did a 100% carbon copy clone where everything's the same, then would you say that the clone is the same as me? And basically, again, the premise was no, they wouldn't be, because the clone of me would be in a different location, and so because of the location that separates us as unique individuals. Because simply because my clone is
I'm so glad.
has all my genetic DNA and everything like that. Come on, Gordon. Can we make him go here?
Get over there! Follow me!
Gordon's not coming. Okay. Who else? I'll stay there. But my clone, even though it has all the same genetic material, will have a different set of experiences because it can't occupy the same space and have the same experiences I am. Like, even if my clone was just outside my room, he's gonna have the experience of being outside the room.
Incredible.
That's pretty good.
Hey, keep up! Hurry it up! Let's hustle it up! Speed it up!
Come on, guys, let's go. Can we get rid of this one? And again, that's where the argument's ambiguous.
Hustle it up!
Because if the clone has all the same genetic material, but has different experiences than I,
Go that way!
is it still the same person? And that also leads into the philosophical argument of, like, let's talk. If someone took my mind and, say, replaced it with someone else's mind,
Speed it up!
would that mean... Basically, it's like, would ask, am I the same person? So even though someone might occupy my body, have a different mind, is it the body that makes the person, or is it the mind? And that's a whole thing about duality, which I would like to talk about later, but I'll probably forget. So there's a little bit of philosophy for you guys, which is probably a lot more than you bargained for when we clicked on this video, because as I was saying earlier, philosophy, not a lot of people tend to talk about. Oh, that's pretty nice. I like the indicators, which I think rightly so. Philosophy can be very uncomfortable for a lot of people. So I'm not saying it's bad per se. It's just an observation I've had. And same thing for mathematics. I've noticed that people just have like a fear of math. So the fact that this is a Let's Play and I'm like, oh, let's talk about mathematics and philosophy. I'm sure some people are just like, nah, man, I'm out. Like, peace. Like, that was too much for me. But I'm hoping a lot of you are just like, wow, that was actually really interesting. And actually, like, this is where I'm being serious. I know I make a joke a lot about this. If you like me talking about philosophy or mathematics, please leave a comment, because I would love to talk about more math and philosophy on my channel. Simply because those are huge interests of mine. And talking about them is always a pleasure, because they're interesting to me, right? And I think they lend themselves well to being discussed, because I think by nature they're just interesting ideas. That being said, too, if you don't want me to talk about philosophy or mathematics, like if you're like, hey man, keep the mathematics and philosophy out of your channel, that's cool too. Again, though, the reason why I'm inclined to talk about that kind of stuff is because I know when I watch other YouTubers, when they talk about, you know, life experiences or just ideas, like things that aren't necessarily related to the game, that's where I end up having the most fun, because I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Oh, we have more snacks that we don't really need. We can just take this with us, I suppose. But I know some people are, again, here for the gameplay. And hopefully I'm delivering on that front, too. Like, I don't think I'm necessarily whiffing it. But you might say I'm not whiffing it because I'm already level 21. And we want this sword. Absolutely. So I like this knee drop because you get PP for it. And it's not a bad way to kill zombies. Here you go. Grab the broadsword and we're off. So you might be asking me, I guess you wouldn't really be asking me simply on the fact that I was gonna say we couldn't interact, but then I was like, wait, no, there's comments in the comment section below. So if you want to ask me a question, leave a comment in the comment section below. Oh! Cool, right? Anyways, the hypothetical question that you guys would be asking is, what am I doing over here? I'm getting more Zombrex, because I think I know where to find some. We need to go upstairs, though. Also, I need to take a swig of water, man. I'm thirsty. Did he just slide down the stairs? That's insane. Excuse me. If you like me drinking water, leave a comment down in the comment section below. And if water's your favorite beverage, please let me know as well. Gambling too, we don't really want that magazine. Here you go. So for favorite drinks, I would just say my favorite beverage is water, simply for the reason that nothing can quench thirst like water. Like, nothing even comes close in my opinion. Because... Ooh, hello, what's this?
Awesome.
Cool. Why is there a zombie up there? I don't understand. So suppose you're thirsty, right? And you drink, like, milk. Milk's... Oh, okay, he was awake. Oh, he's dead now, cool. Oh, is there no Zombrex here? No. They wouldn't. Okay, there used to be Zombrex up here, but now they took it away from me. That sucks. Drinking, what's the money case? We'll take this, I guess. That's too bad. I think that's smart, though, that they moved the Zombrex around, because everyone knows where it was. I guess we head back. Yeah, I don't think we can get anywhere else. Okay, well, that was a huge disappointment. Cool, no fall damage. Can we open this door? Sweet. Milk's okay. Juice, like sugary beverages, they make me more thirsty, so they're not really good for quenching thirst. But they are tasty. However, in the metrics of favorite liquid, for me, the ability to quench thirst trumps all. And nothing really beats like a cold glass of water if you're really like, man, I need the water, right? Like, nothing else even comes close. I can't think of anything else. Like, and some people might say flavored water. Which, if you like that, that's cool, right? Nothing wrong with that. But for me, it's like, it feels like you're cheating the system. Because, like, oh, here's water that has a taste to it. And it has got 0 calories and 0 sugar. Like, hypothetically. But I'm like, no, that's too good to be true. And even then, I'm one of those people who say, nah, man, original water, no flavor, best water out there. Though I do understand that the texture of water can drive some people mad. They're just like, oh, the water texture is terrible because it's flavorless, and some people really don't like that, and that's cool. But again, I encourage a conversation about either philosophy, mathematics, or favorite beverage on this channel. And I think for most people, water would be their favorite beverage. Simply because, like, we need water to survive. Whereas you start talking about food, and it's like, oh, what's your favorite food? You get a lot more options because you can eat different foods and still survive. Like, the point is, I'm trying to get is that a human can't live without drinking water in some way, shape, or form. Like, they could drink beverages that aren't 100% water. Here's a blender. But the things that they would be drinking would still have a water content to them. Is this quick step? Yes. Need more. Oh, that's beer. We don't really want the beer. Whereas for food, you could go your entire life without drinking ground beef at all. Wait, drinking ground beef? I meant to say eating ground beef. Or like tofu. Like, you don't need to eat tofu. Like, there's different ways to get your nutritional requirements from food. Whereas, like, you just need water. And I think, and like I said, for that reason, because everyone drinks water, probably. Like, someone might drink, say, flavored water and, like, not touch water at all. Excuse me. But I think, like, I would assume at least that would be pretty unhealthy. Whoops. Oh, jeez. Luckily, we got another quick step out of that. Oh, you have the orange juice, okay. And we'll put vodka in there, why not? Or no, we'll do wine. Wine seems to be doing pretty good for us. Another observation I've noticed is that web surveys, at least in my mind, always seem sketchy at best. Oops. Alright. Get out of here. I want the battle axe. Gimme. Nope. Oh, and it shatters. Cool. Like, just the other day, I was just doing some stuff, and then I got a web survey from Shaw, and they're like, hey, like, do this survey, and we'll hook you up with some free stuff. Well, they didn't quite say it quite like that. It's like, oh, you can win a gift certificate, which seems more authentic. But even then, it's like, it seemed sketchy. Like, I just don't trust web surveys, regardless of who they are or what they think they are. Like, the Shaw one I was willing to believe as authentic, because Shaw is our web service provider. But even so, it's like, I don't know. I still wouldn't trust it. Even though it matches all the packs, I just didn't trust it. And I think most people are the same way. Like, I don't know many people who are like, oh, hey, a web survey, let's go in for it. Or like, hey, you're the millionth visitor, why not take this survey and we'll give you $1 million. I think most people don't do those surveys. But I should be careful. Because in my social circle, most of my friends and I are computer savvy to a degree. Like, I have a minor in computer science, and my friends definitely know their way around the computer. So with advanced computer knowledge, and I mean advanced compared to your average bear, we're not necessarily computer scientists. I do some programming at my job, so I might be a little bit better than your average bear. But let's just say for the sake of the argument, we're like above average. We're better probably than your average person from the previous generation. I will say that. We need more Zombrex. Wish we couldn't find any. Which was too bad. So the point I was trying to make is that my friends and I probably know a little bit more about web security than some other people. But if I were to talk to a bunch of, say, elderly people, not saying it's cool to target the elderly, but let's just say for this example, let's consider elderly people, they might be more willing to click on a web survey because they might not be aware of the stigma towards web surveys because they lived in a different time. So they would have different expectations and different pools of knowledge than, say, we would. Let's go to the platinum shirt, why not? But likewise, I'm not saying old people are stupid, I'm just saying that they're knowledgeable more likely than not in different areas than we are as like a younger generation. Not saying that old people can't be computer smart, that's not the case at all. Like, there's one guy at work who's really into computers. Like, he knows his computers way better than I ever would. And that's cool, that's awesome. But the point being... Oh. Zombrex. Case 1, what? Ah, shoot. How do we get to the cases? Oh, it's... Okay, so I guess you can't go too far away then. Which sucks. Okay, so I guess we'll walk back here then. I was just like, yeah, we have all the time in the world to do whatever we want. It's like, no, there's a case going on. Which is cool. And I don't necessarily agree with wandering this far out. But that's fine, we're gonna do it anyways. Am I even going the right place? We'll consult the map. Oh, I see what they want us to do. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we should probably start walking on over now, because I don't want to botch the first case already. Oh, we've already been recording for 25 minutes. Yikes. Yeah, so we'll probably start the first case, and then we'll probably end the episode. That's insane. Time flies when we're having fun. I hope you guys have been enjoying listening to me banter on about seemingly random things. I know I've been having fun. And then for the next topic, like, this is good. Having a sheet of paper to prompt me with ideas or things to talk about, I think is a good idea. I think it's going to help my commentary quite a bit. And I don't know if I should be revealing my secrets already. It's like, oh, like, I think I should have kept the illusion going on for a little bit longer. Being like, oh yeah, like, I just think of these stuff just off the top of the dome piece. Like, I'm just thinking all the time. It's like, wow, this guy's really smart. But then when I say, oh no, I just prepped them beforehand, let me explain, like, this is the first for the series. Like, this is the first time I've ever done something like this. Now people are going to think, well, it's no fun because he just preps them beforehand. Like, where's the joy in that? Like, anyone can prep them up. And I was like, oh, like, I should have kept the illusion going on for a little bit longer because then people would be like, wow, this guy's so smart. How do we attain his intelligence level? And I'm like, it's easy. And then I, like, start talking about more philosophy and mathematics. And now I realize, based on the quote-unquote joke I've made, people might think I'm, like, a stuck-up, like, arrogant person. Because I'm just like, oh, yeah, look at me. I have a background in mathematics. And I like philosophy. Here, let's talk about a little bit of philosophy and how smart I am. It's like, whoa, what? I think it's important to be self-aware. But I also feel like at this point I'm coming off as a bit of a jerk, for lack of a better term. Yeah, I think the case 1-1's gonna start pretty soon. So we'll see what else we can do.
They would have got me, but for you.
Not bad for a little white boy.
Little white boy. Do we not have a watch? Oh, the watch is there. Okay, so we got 25 minutes then. Alright, so we should probably head back out. Yeah, we should probably do that. We're pretty stocked as far as inventory goes. And I don't want to wait around in the security room. Although I'm confident I could fill the time with talking about something because, again, I have the prompts out. That's incredible, you might say. And I'm like, oh, please do go on. Leave a comment down in the comment section below if you think I'm great. Now it sounds like I have this huge ego. Which you might argue I do if I'm playing games on the internet and then uploading them and expecting to get an audience. But that's because I think everyone enjoys having an audience. People, like, having people acknowledge you is a great feeling. Like, or just even having the support, and it feels like for Let's Plays, or anything you do on the internet, or anything in general, if you get an audience, in a way that's like saying that these people who are watching you approve of what you're doing. I guess not always. Sometimes people could be watching out of, like, disgear. Oh, boy, let me try that again. Disgust or fear. But in the positive sense, if people are watching you out of their own volition, there we go. Well, I guess even then you can watch something horrifying out of your own volition. Okay, so we don't have the roundhouse. I don't know if we even get the roundhouse. Okay, so let me try this one more time. If people watch you and they're in a good state of mind, that would imply that they support you in your activities if they're watching you. And for that reason, if you have an audience for something that you like to do, that encourages you to do more of it because you just like, hey, people approve of what I'm doing. The case is gonna go off right away, I think. There you go.
Talk to me.
Frank, they're starting to report the outbreak on the news. It's playing on the TV here. You should come back and watch this.
On my way. And I think having that support is very beneficial for one person. And that's why, like, people do YouTube, partly because, yeah, people are into it, right? And they want to support you.
It is clear that the outbreak started in the Fortune City Arena during last night's Terror is Reality show. Information received from a behind-the-scenes source reveals that this outbreak was not an accident, but rather an act of terrorism.
Back Rebecca, look at you. Not the weather girl anymore.
The site of the Terror's reality game show. It may be upsetting to some viewers. Initial reports suggest that the man in the video is a member of the protest group, Cure.
Cure?
Authorities speculate that Cure was attempting to discredit Terror's reality, or to shock Americans out of what Cure sees as their complacency. No statement of responsibility has yet been received. This horrible act of terror appears to be an escalation of violence for the protest group. This is Rebecca Chang, reporting live from the Fortune City Hotel in the heart of Fortune City.
You? What the hell? That was your picture on that screen.
Where the hell did that come from?
It came from the security cameras, lady. What the hell were you thinking? Your group's got a reputation, but come on.
Cure had nothing to do with this.
It's pretty easy to say that, isn't it? But you're gonna need more than that. You better start talking. Right now.
Oh boy.
I'm telling you, we're being set up. We've been accused of things before, but we don't believe in violence. We're someone's convenient excuse.
Oh, really?
It's not the first time members of Cure have been falsely accused of being involved with an outbreak. I've got to find whoever leaked that tape. That damn TK and his horrible show.
It was Timo.
I'm not saying I believe you, but something's not right here. That's for damn sure. I needed something to get back in the game. I investigate this, and maybe I get back to doing what I do best. That reporter, where is she?
She said she was in the hotel. I know this could end up being a big chance for your career. But don't forget, this could mean my life.
Whatever, man. Whatever, woman. Frank's in it for himself. Cool. Look at that. We start case 1-1. Save and continue. Here, we'll actually save. Perfect. This saves me the troubles from going to the washroom. Yeah, I want to right. Let me do it. Thank you. Yes. Game saved successfully. Okay, well, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Again, if you have feedback about this video, please leave a comment, because A, it actually means something to me, and B, I can take that information and make a better video. So, if you could do that, that would be incredibly awesome. But until then, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.